Okay? So, as long as this roller isn't where this white thing is, you're good to go. Notice I put it on here, and then I was like, oopsie, and I moved it. You can use any part of this 48 inches up here that you want. You can put your, you can put your vinyl all the way to the far left. You can put it in the middle. It doesn't matter. The smallest it will use is 6 inches wide. It cannot use anything narrower than 6 inches, okay?
The largest it will use is?
48.
48, okay. But they only sell 24 here.
Yes, but I can order 48 for you.
So if I'm making like a little sticker, it's just excess, is throwaway, right? Or you try and fit
or
two
make
into
multiples.
one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yes. Because it's in the tight position. Put it up. Now, push right here. See? Okay? So when it's down, it's tight. And it won't move anymore. Okay. So now we're going to learn about how to control the speed, the volume, the vinyl, and set your X and Y home position. Okay? First thing up here, you see, when we're turned on, we're at speed 24 inches, force 100 grams. That is your standard base. That's where I always want it to be when you first turn it on. Okay? The way you change that is V for velocity and F for force. You know, I don't know if it actually says that on there. Let's go to page 6.
It's there.
6. Does it say it? Speed, 24 inches. Force, 100 grams.
Yeah,
that's not on the printout, but I mean, that's
No.
it has those buttons.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell that number, does it? Okay. Now, that's your starting point, okay? You can work up and down from there depending on what it is you're trying to do. Speed 24 inches means that that head's going to move 24 inches in 1 second. You can make it go faster, you can make it go slower. If you're going to do stuff like this with tight lines, circles like that, you're going to have to slow it way down. If you're just doing nice flowing straight lines and letters, it's fine where it is. You can even speed it up. Okay? The force. That's how much downward force there is on this cutting head. Now remember I told you I wanted you to use 1 for every 12 inches. If you don't want a line on what you're doing, you may want to remove this middle one. So in that case, I'd be like this, right? This piece right here is going to give you play, just because of the physics of how the vinyl is rolled, all right? If you're going to use this without a center roller, you're going to have to increase your force to 130. You do that right here. F up, F down. Okay? Otherwise, you should be okay at 100. All right? You need to give it more force. Exactly. But you can't do that. It's one way all the way across the board. Okay? So if you have to increase for your center, you increase for the whole thing. All right?
Here's the force.
May the force be with you. Okay. Now, we want to take this head from here, and we want to line it up over here on our vinyl. All right? The offline button, now notice it says move X and Y.
Okay.
So these now become your X and Y as opposed to your force and your velocity. All right? So the arrows left and right, move the head. The arrows up and down, move the vinyl.
Okay.
Okay. Nobody cuts straight, I promise you. Your vinyl will never have a straight edge to it. Okay? So take your shortest edge, and that's what we're going to measure with. I always want my vinyl to be at least up to here somewhere. My suggestion to you is a ½ inch all the way around. Work inside that ½ inch mark. then you are, one, sure you're not going to get roll-ups and the bad edges of the vinyl, and two, it's going to give you enough space to move around without messing up. Okay? All right, so I'm going to move this all the way back over here because we're going to start from over here. I think that's where I want it to be. That's going to be my new X0, Y0, so I say origin. And it should come back to speed 24, force 100.
Why,
all right? Yes?
So, I'm sorry, why is that the
Oh,
X
my
0? Because because you wanted to start from within a half inch? Is that-
That's your
Yes.
starting point, so that's basically 0 and 0.
You can
Okay.
move it all the way over to here.
So you don't want to work with a file that's 24 inches wide? You want to work with a file that's 23 inches wide?
Yeah, I would say 23. If you're
Okay.
going to go 24, you're really running on the edge. You're living on the edge. Okay? Keep it down to 23, seriously.
Okay.
Or run it this direction.
Yeah.
Okay? So if you put a roll of vinyl on here, you got 10 yards. This will cut all the way to the bottom of that 10 yards. And it'll line it all up down here on the floor. So if you have something that's 52 inches, cut it so that it cuts this direction, the 52 inches,
Yeah.
and this direction, you're narrow.
Okay.
Okay? Make sense? So you can get the longer piece. Turn it around. Okay, so I have personal preference, half inch in, half inch up. I do it all on my own. Okay? And then I hit origin. And that puts it back to home. All right? Any questions on that? Good. Okay, grab your chairs and come on over. We're going to work on the software now.
This computer right here?
Yeah, right here. Popcorn that we offer free here at the tech shop.
Flexi starter.
All right. Run by and say hi to the receptionist. Yep, go take a nap.
Flexi starter.
You can't speed this up. It has to do with the fact that the software is coming in as like a Microsoft type software, and it's going to be converted to a CNC program. Does everybody know what CNC means?
Computer numerical control.
Very good.
Mechanical engineering.
Oh, wonderful. Not everybody knows that, so I always have to ask. Okay, when we open this program, it looks like Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, CorelDRAW, any of those, right? Somewhat similar. Over here, the pointer is going to be your grabbing, the T is going to be for your text tool, a line, circles, squares, a hand that'll move things. Down here you can fill in your different colors. Right here, Design Central, this box is what we care about most. When you first open this up, you'll notice that you have a ruler across the top here and a ruler down the sides here, okay? This box looks like it is 36 by 24, and if I look right here, it says 36 wide by 24. What you want to do here is you want to change this to the size of the material that you're using. So in my case, it's going to be 24 inches because I only have 24-inch wide vinyl.
I thought you said you wanted to use a 23-inch wide.
Yes, I do. So,
Was it a margin or something?
be patient, and I'll show you 3 different ways that we're going to use it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so we always want this to represent our material. If you do an offset, you can account for it here, or we can account for it in the next screen. I'm going to account for it in the next screen just so that I can show you.
Okay.
All right? So 24 by 24 is a square. If you were going to put the whole roll on there, and maybe it was 180 inches, if you change this, it'll scale it down automatically so that you can see everything that you're going to try and print. That's why. All right. So I'm going to put this back to 24, and just let's assume we're working with a square for now.
Okay.
All right. The T is the text tool. I do not suggest that you make a text box. I don't suggest it. And the reason is because the vinyl cutter will try and cut that box. All right? And you don't want it to cut the box. You only want it to